Kaelin's hands moved with a practiced ease as she expertly tied the last of her patient's bandages. She had worked at the Cairo clinic for 5 years now, and it was second nature to her. As she handed the nurse a stack of freshly laundered linens, Kaelin caught a glimpse of herself in a reflection on the nurse station monitor. Her eyes narrowed slightly as she took in the fine lines etched into her forehead and the wisps of silver threading through her dark hair. It was subtle enough that it didn't show when she was with patients. They still saw the confident, capable doctor that had been hired to work here, but Kaelin couldn't shake the feeling of time slipping away. "Kaelin, can you review the protocol for the new patient's medication regimen?" Dr. Zhang called out from her office, her voice carrying through the doorway. As Kaelin walked over, she felt a flicker of unease in her stomach. It wasn't that she didn't want to help, it was just something about Dr. Zhang lately. The way she would interrupt or change topics mid-sentence. Or how often the clinic system seemed to go down without warning. Yes, Kaelin said slowly, scrolling through her tablet to find the relevant documents. "The new patient's regimen is for chronic pain management." Dr. Zhang stepped out of her office and stood beside Kaelin, their shoulders almost touching as they pored over the charts together. It was a familiar routine, but this time, something felt off. As the minutes ticked by, the tension between them grew thicker than the air in the small nurse station. They both seemed to be waiting for something. A decision, perhaps. A signal that it was okay to let their guard down. But when Dr. Zhang finally spoke up, her voice low and even, Kaelin felt a shiver run down her spine. "I think we can simplify things," she said, her eyes scanning the chart before flicking back to Kaelin's face. "Let's try just one medication at first." The words themselves weren't unusual, it was the way Dr. Zhang said them, with an underlying assumption that only made sense because everyone else in the clinic had already agreed on this course of action. Kaelin felt a thread of unease start to fray, like a single strand of yarn pulled too tight. Something didn't feel right, but when she turned to ask what Dr. Zhang meant by everyone, her words caught in her throat. The nurse station was empty now, everyone else had dispersed for the day's end. But as Kaelin's gaze swept the room, she realized that, even though no one else was here, it felt like they were all watching her, their faces hidden behind some impenetrable veil. She turned back to Dr. Zhang, who smiled blandly and said, "Let's get started on those changes." As Kaelin hesitated, the monitor behind them flickered to life once more, casting a cold blue glow over the two of them. And in that instant, as the clinic systems roared back into operation, she saw it. A message, hidden in plain sight, confirmation required for protocol change. But when Kaelin turned to tell Dr. Zhang, her colleague was already walking away, her eyes fixed on some point beyond the nurse station.